from the station that's always local, always now. This is Fox 19 Now.
Now at 4, we continue to follow Helene's aftermath. So as you can see on the radar, we're still expecting some more rain across the tri-state. Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan O'Rourke in for Tricia Mackey this afternoon. We do have team coverage for you as we continue to track all the storm damage. In just a little bit, we're going to hear from Jessica Schmidt, who is at the alert desk with more on the storm's national impact. Our Allie Hennard is also live with how people and businesses here in the tri-state are coping after days without power. But first, we want to send things over to meteorologist Ashley Smith for a look at what's still coming our way. Ashley.
Yeah, we're still seeing some of those lingering showers, and while some of that rain is rather light, it's just continuing kind of that damp feeling in the air. And for many of us, it's been a cloudy day, although the sun's starting to come out now, at least in some spots. So you see here at Turfway Park, looking from Newport on the Levee toward downtown, lots of blue in the sky. Actually, a really pretty view here from Turfway Park. Now that we have the color variation here, before it looked the same between the track and the grass, but now it looks quite nice out there now that we've gotten some much needed rain. Still seeing some lingering showers across parts of the area. It looks heavier than it really is. I think some of this, it's detecting that moisture much higher up in the atmosphere, not necessarily what's actually falling to the ground. But either way, still a few scattered showers out there. That's going to continue into tomorrow. So we'll finally see all of this precipitation get kicked off to the east by the time we get to Wednesday. But that means tomorrow still going to be dodging some of those scattered showers. We'll talk more about when we see those blue skies return coming up in just a bit. Megan.
Ashley, thanks. And now to continuing coverage of Helene. At least 121 people in 6 states have died and hundreds are still missing. That's according to the Associated Press. Jessica Schmidt is monitoring these new developments for us from the alert desk. Jess.
Yeah, just seeing the images still coming out, Megan, just absolutely devastating. We can tell you that Ohio Governor Mike DeWine just announced that he has activated the Ohio National Guard. That means 6 soldiers and a helicopter are heading specifically to North Carolina to help with supplies and equipment there. Now, throughout some of the hardest hit areas, roads, bridges washed out or even blocked by mudslides, cell service is still down, and more than 2 million customers are estimated to still be without power. Rescue crews working around the clock to try to find those missing. And again, the AP is reporting more than 120 people have died so far across South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Virginia, with the most deaths being reported in North Carolina. The governor there, Roy Cooper, believes that death toll will continue to rise as they're able to reach more areas. The mayor of Asheville called this an unprecedented, catastrophic event that has made communicating difficult and is making it tough to say when power could be restored. So she says right now they're really just focused on making sure people who have survived this have food, water, and shelter.
Folks are in shock. I mean, I have to tell you, I've never seen anything like this. I've been in several hurricanes in eastern North Carolina. Just to see people come out of their homes, surveying the damage, just in shock. There are neighborhoods where every other house has a tree on it or through it. Roads blocked, multiple trees down on one road. The power lines looks like, you know, spaghetti. It's hard to describe the chaos that it looks like.
And again, those rescuers are still out there all day long trying to find as many people as they can. President Joe Biden says the federal government will support those impacted by this for, quote, as long as it takes, adding that he is planning to visit North Carolina, but is waiting until later this week to avoid disrupting any of those search and rescue missions. Megan.
All right, thanks so much, Jess. And Fox 19's parent company Gray Media is teaming up with the Salvation Army for Hurricane Helene relief. The Salvation Army is prepared to provide emergency aid, food, drinks, and other services, all to survivors and rescue workers. All you need to do is scan the QR code right there on your screen if you would like to make a donation and help. By making a financial donation, you make sure that all those services are possible and also empower the Salvation Army to bring hope to those in need. We'll take a look at this. Here's some video of Duke Energy crews working on repairing downed power lines. This was in Madisonville over the weekend. Right now, Duke says around 2,000 customers still remain without power across the area, all due to the remnants of Hurricane Helene and what we saw here. Fox 19 Now's Allie Hennard is live in Bond Hill with the latest on those restoration efforts. How is it going, Allie?
Megan, that's right. So the rain actually is just starting to come down a little bit over here in Bond Hill, but right now most of the current outages are either in Hamilton or Claremont counties. That's according to Duke Energy's website. Now, Duke Energy tells me that utility crews have been out since Friday when the storm initially hit the tri-state, working to restore those outages and get the lights back on as quickly as they can. Initially caused outages in 17 counties due to the high winds ranging between 50 and 70 miles per hour. Duke Energy crews restored power late Sunday afternoon to North College Hill's police and fire departments. They lost their power Friday. The department's non-emergency line also was down during that time, according to the police department's Facebook page, but has since been restored. There are currently about 100 people without power between Norwood, Bond Hill, and Roselawn. Duke Energy's Director of Public Affairs and Communications, John Jewich, says the remnants of Hurricane Helene were destructive, even here across the tri-state.
We have seen some challenging situations with trees falling on poles and lines, so we've been working to address those and take care of the remaining outages. We're now under 3,000 outages, which again, we apologize to those people that are experiencing that, but we are working to quickly restore power to all our customers in the region and get everyone back up and running.
So anyone who is experiencing a power outage currently and has not reported it can do so in a number of ways. You can go to Duke Energy's website. You can also use the Duke Energy mobile app. That's for Android or iPhone. You can also call or text OUT to 57801, and that's OUT. You can text them or call Duke Energy's automated outage reporting system. That's at 1-800-343-3225. For now, reporting live in Bond Hill, Allie Henner, Fox 19 Now.
Allie, thanks so much. And of course, we're continuing to follow the aftermath of Hurricane Helene as power continues to come back on for residents all across the tri-state. We're going to be sure to update you both here on air and online. For the latest information, just head to our website at any time. That's fox19.com. You can also scan the QR code on your screen to download our free mobile news app. Some new information now. More residents in Whitewater Township are filing a class action lawsuit. This comes 1 week after a rail car leaked the toxic and highly flammable chemical styrene, prompting evacuations there. As of this morning, at least 5 lawsuits we know of involving 11 total plaintiffs have been filed in the federal court in Cincinnati. 4 of those cases, they were just moved there from state court yesterday. INEOS is one of the companies named in the lawsuit, along with Central Railroad of Indiana, the rail yard owner, and its parent company, the Genesee and Wyoming Railroad Company. The Federal Railroad Administration is also still investigating the leak. Now, the lawsuit is seeking for the companies to pay for an investigation into possible medical problems, a study of the long-term effects of styrene exposure, and the diagnosis and preventable medical treatment of exposure. That's all in addition to requests for a court trial and a court order declaring the companies liable and required to pay for all damages. In just 24 hours, the vice presidential candidates are going to face off on the debate stage. What they are doing to prepare now. Plus, East Palestine residents, they may have to wait years to see any money from that multi-million-dollar settlement. The reason why, coming up next.